Let me. Oh, I don't have a freaking. Well,
I'm streaming because you
oh,
you counted down and then I started and then you're like stopped.
I didn't count down. What are you? I didn't count down. What are you talking about?
You said we're starting.
I asked if we're starting. I'm not even. I don't even have my stream set up yet.
Oh, okay.
Like I
Uh
haven't done the description or the title or anything.
oh.
I
Well,
said,
then.
"Are we ready to start?" Greetings, everybody. This is Winnie Wriggle.
Hi, and this is the first ever Winnie and Fizicks CODCAST.
Right? So, hold on. I'm actually going to start my stream and then do my intro over.
Of course. Yeah, this
Because
is
we're like that.
this is all the rage now, you know. Like the edit cuts from the beginning.
Right? Totally.
This
It
is the
is.
behind the scenes peek into the professionals that we are.
Exact. Totally pro. Greetings, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is Winnie Wriggle.
And I am
Welcome to our
Fizicks.
first ever. Oh, sorry. Hi, Physics. Long time no see.
Hi, Winnie. It's been forever since we've been in Minecraft together.
I know. Very long time. Welcome to the first ever CODCAST.
We started
Oh, that's
doing this
funny.
because we decided that the most entertaining thing you could do in Minecraft is fish. And so years ago, like 5 years ago, wasn't it? Or even has it been
Yeah,
5?
at least.
Like Winnie convinced me to fish in Minecraft, and that would be
I
all that
did.
we would do. We'd just sit and fish in Minecraft,
Yep.
and
That's
then
it.
yeah,
Just fish.
and so we're back
We
to
didn't have
our
to learn how to play the game.
original roots because we got very distracted by the game because it's a cool game.
We did. We did. I don't even have that first. I don't have the first 2 seasons posted at all. I took them down.
Yeah, I took mine down too. Like
Yeah.
those have been lost to posterity.
Yes. I mean, you should throw away. If you're a writer, throw away the first 100,000 words you make. If you're a YouTube content creator, throw away your first 100 videos. Okay, your first 10. Your first 10 channels? I don't even know. Yeah, so our concept was to get together and talk while we fished in Minecraft. Back to the roots.
Back to the beginning.
And so we're going back to the roots. So this is our survival world from our last season. I think season 7 or something.
Season 7, yes.
But we've taken off all the stops. There are no rules. There is no survival. Like I'm currently in survival, but we're both opt. So we can go in and out of creative as needed. We may or may not. If I get a wild hair, I might build us different fishing docks all over the place, but we're going to sit around and probably hop in a boat today. Do we want to start in a boat?
Yeah, I've got a boat.
And talk about life, the universe, the current state of the world.
So you're saying basically my insecurities and oh, you're launching there. That's pretty cool.
I'm in my boat.
Do the same.
Totally in my boat. Can I get? I can. I didn't know you could row backwards on land. That's new. I'm in 5 still.
I know, so am I, and I'm doing terrible at it. Like I forgot how to play. I really like. How long has it been?
I'm gonna say it's over a year, probably. Oh, yeah, I'm going. I'm just not as fast.
I know you're going too slow, so I'm pushing you off.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I can't see
Faster
you anymore.
in the water. There we are. Fishing friends in Minecraft. I love it. I'm gonna get where like maybe the shore is to my back because it's pretty.
There you go.
I can see the smoke from your iron farm still working away in the distance.
Nice.
I love it. Okay. So we each came up with like a bazillion topics to talk about because that's going to be important as conversation starters.
True.
What are we talking about today?
I forgot.
I don't know. You forgot. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was the comment I made right before the stream started, and that is, I'm so glad Minecraft does not have expirable food. That's a
totally
thing,
true.
it's a thing in some survival games, like Conan Exiles is a good example, Ark is a good example. But Minecraft, my 28 cooked chicken in my inventory from a year ago are still perfectly fresh.
Yeah,
which is joyous.
I've got 38 chicken that have not given me salmonella yet.
That's excellent. Yeah, it's a game design. Like, it's a decision, right? Do you include expiration dates on perishable items? Like, is that part of your game loop or not? Minecraft, not part of the game loop.
What do you think about it?
I think it needs to be a balance, right? Like, you can change the innies in Ark to make things expire faster or slow them down. I'm struggling right now. I'm playing on Conan official servers and recently got back on the server to finish a build and, play. It's kind of, we want to make sure we keep all our stuff not expired and whatnot. But I had just been logging on once a week to kind of make sure the buildings didn't erode or expire. And yet all of our food was gone. So food I need to feed the animals, food I need to feed the companions, food I need to feed me, anything that wasn't in a refrigerator was gone. And even the expired meat, which is useful, was gone because over time. And it's just like, Now, there's a workaround. If you put it in a fridge with ice, it doesn't expire at all. Like, it freezes the expiration. So that's good. Like, there's a way to work around it. But I don't know. Like, a Minecraft, no, there should be no expiration. I've been playing Lego Fortnite, also a survival game. No expiration for the food, which I love.
Ooh.
Of course, it's very heavily inspired by Minecraft, so there's that.
I thought I got something good. I didn't get something good. Yeah, I like the fact that the food doesn't expire, but I can see if you're doing something that's more realistic, why you would want, like, Conan or Ark. I don't know. I've never played Ark. I've seen you play quite a bit.
You do want things to expire in Ark because spoiled meat is how you make narcotics to knock out dinos, to tame them.
So they're using that as a
so
game mechanic,
that's like
or part of the
it's part of the game loop, right? And so in that case, it's part of the crafting loop. Now Conan Exiles uses rotten meat to make compost. So it is part of the game loop to have it. I don't know. I think it's a balance. I think it just brings me to a larger discussion about how to balance your game loop. And part of the reason I was interested in that is that you participated in a game jam recently.
That's true. I realized I did not submit my game properly. So my only thing that I'm upset about is because it was not complete. It was not fit for human consumption. Talking about food.
Yeah, but you had time. She had a schedule conflict. She was not able to fully participate in the time given because you went on vacation.
Yeah, I had a scheduled vacation.
Yeah,
little cross country trip that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it shows up as like I didn't complete it, and I was like, no, I did submit. I just submitted it incorrectly because
you did
user error.
I downloaded it and played it on Itch.io. I did.
Yeah, I did upload it. I've taken it down. But you actually you played around with a little dude.
I did. I clicked it. I cut trees. I moved around the window of my magic beard. It's a great game idea.
I'm gonna rewrite it.
I guess we don't want to spoil it.
No,
I guess we don't want to spoil it, so I won't.
I mean, somebody else, I guess, could do it, but I mean, I'm gonna rewrite it because I learned enough.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point. I wanted to learn how to do certain things, and it was honestly, I had spent 48 hours before that at most in Godot, so my level of total novice. But yeah, the game jam started, and the idea was topic was alchemy and shadows. And the game I developed was you're a little tiny barber running through a beard, and you got to trim up that 5 o'clock shadow and make it look all purty.
Yeah, so each hair was like the size of a tree.
Yes.
Basically, it's an awesome concept.
And I still haven't decided, and maybe y'all can help me out, is that I have lice in the game. And the question should be, should you have to fight the lice, or do you want to like collect them as little lice friends?
Oh.
Because like right now they just kind of chase after you and don't do anything, and they're kind of cute.
Right.
I mean, what did you think of the lice?
I think they were adorable. I'm with you. Like, it's like marry, screw, kill, right? Like, are they adorable enough to adopt as a pet, or do you want to smash them in the face because ew, they're lice?
Right.
I don't know.
And that was part of the mechanic of like covering the alchemy. So you would use like chemicals to kill off the lice. So that was part of the alchemy part of it. And you had zits that would grow, and if you didn't take care of them with chemicals or the alchemy, then they would hop off the face and come after you.
That's gross, but cool. I mean, zombies are gross too, and there's a million games about zombies.
Right. Well, these is
Right?
like then you have these like movable zits that come after you, and then they explode, and they have little pustules, droplets that come and attack you.
It's hilarious.
But all cartoony, so
I liked it. It was a brilliant idea. Like shadow, 5 o'clock shadow, and alchemy, which is the dealing with the acne.
mm-hmm.
Very cool. And you came up that like your idea generation. So I peer pressured her into to participating in the game jam. I was like, so Pirate Software's game jam started today.
I know, you're like
She was
10 minutes
mad.
ago, like a couple hours.
She was mad. She's like, I can do a game jam in 2 weeks. That's crazy. And I was like, okay, just think about it. And sure enough, like 3 hours later, she came back and had a whole fully fledged idea. It's awesome.
Well, I had started working on a couple of ideas, and I was trying to create a schedule of like, I need to learn about different aspects of game design and how to do certain activities in Godot. And I was trying to shoehorn some of the projects that I had already set up for myself so that, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, if you were small enough, hairs would look like trees. And everybody loves chopping down trees, i.e. Minecraft. So
Minecraft inspires everything.
Exactly. And I'm like, that's the idea. 5 o'clock shadow. And 10 minutes. It was actually like, I sat down for 10 minutes thinking about ideas, and it came pretty much fully fledged. And there's something very, very satisfying about having an idea that just like lands on you.
Yeah. The out of the blue that you're just like, whoa, that's such a good one.
Right.
Yeah. Nice. So for anybody who doesn't know what a game jam is, we're going to level set here. It is usually organized by either a content creator or an organization like a university or whatever. In this case, it was Pirate Software, who's a YouTube content creator and the CEO of Pirate Software, which is a game development company that he founded. And 3 times a year, they host a game jam, which is a limited time duration, topic driven game development kind of supercharged short term. You put a design document and try to prototype your game within a 2-week time period. So a game jam. You jam a game into 2 weeks. And I think they're a great way to experience all of the parts and pieces of game development for indie game development for anybody who wants to be interested.
And it's a great
or
way
is
to
interested in pursuing that.
It's a great way to have community too, because especially at Pirate Software, has a lot of access to the people participating. You can form teams if you like. They do recommend to keep them pretty small because in that limited amount of time, you don't want to spend all your time managing people versus actually developing. So, about five people is generally recommended as the max. And it's good to get kind of a breadth,
team.
yeah, a boutique of experiences put together for a team. I did just solo game dev. I'm pretty much a dabbler in all fields, and I enjoy each aspect of it. But hey, buddy, how's it going? Ow!
Oh,
Ow!
we are still in survival.
Oh, there you go. That was the better way to do it, I guess. I guess he was coming after you after all.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm eating some of my stale chicken. What was that?
Two-handed fishing.
Oh, you got another rod then.
I did. It just got mending lure 2 and I'm breaking 3 on it.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, for
I'll heal it up. So yeah, game jam life. Game development life. So, my question for you, Physics.
Yes.
Now that you've participated in one game jam, will you participate in more?
I definitely will. There's one coming up, and I'm on the fence. And the reason is that I don't know if it will derail me from working on the other projects that I have rolling around both in my brain and on my idea sheets.
Yeah.
Because
it's dangerous. Like you can get really sidetracked with a completely new idea.
Right. And I'm super excited because I looked into designing games years ago when I was at a transition point in my life. I had gotten out of the military and was looking for the next thing to do. I thought about game design, but I had zero ideas. And I couldn't imagine like going back to school or I was going to go to like a college and study actual game design. They had like a 2-year program I was looking at. And I just had nothing. Nothing came to me. I thought about it for weeks and I couldn't. Yeah. And then now it's like, what, in the past 2 months, I've got like almost a dozen ideas.
Yeah. I think you have to be, what is it? Somebody, was it some content creator was talking about how to get the key to getting inspired is to do the thing that is to go look at the thing you're trying to create as a creator. So if you're a painter, go look at paintings. If you're a writer, read a lot of books. If you're a game developer, either watch gameplays or watch other people develop games or play the games yourself. But I think in this day and age with YouTube especially, you don't necessarily need to invest in the cost of a game to figure out what it's all about.
So you're saying I really should just watch a bunch of channels about crappy code because I'm a crappy coder?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could make that argument.
So I can get excited.
You probably want to watch channels with good coding would be my guess, not crappy coding. But yeah, like I'm a gamer, I'm a content creator, and I spend the vast majority of a huge percentage of my media intake is watching Let's Plays and some tutorials, like when I'm stuck and need to learn how to use a particular mod, especially in Minecraft.
That's because you need a quotient of jealousy. Come on, it's like you watch and be like,
yeah,
I'm not jealous enough, so I gotta watch these really awesome people so I can get jealous again.
Kind of, but like a huge part of it is, am I interested in this game? And here's a weird one. So there are some games that I am much more inclined to just watch a Let's Play, and I will never purchase or play them. But I really enjoy watching somebody else play.
You're a voyeur.
I have found that I used to not think that. I used to think, oh, I'm interested in it, I should buy it and play it. But then I really wasn't
Well,
interested in playing it, especially if I've watched a complete playthrough, right?
as a budding game developer, I would say that go ahead and buy that game since you're getting so much enjoyment from it.
There you have it. There's the salesman in physics right there.
Or
The
donate
wheeler dealer.
donate a
That's genetic right
donate
there.
a coffee to that developer because think of the hours of
Yeah.
enjoyment that you got from watching that game being played. So
I have.
I know you do actually. But no, there
I
is a
have
lot to be said about people just enjoying. Like, there's something about watching sports, right? You watch sports not because you're participating directly; it's because you enjoy watching the athleticism and the strategy and just people being at the top of their game. There's
mhm.
just something incredible about watching just elite athletes.
There's actually an element I've discovered talking to my brother-in-law. There's an element of storytelling in professional sports. And I'll tell you what I mean. Like, I did not understand because I'm not a professional sports watcher at all. Like, I like having the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving because it's nostalgic, and I'll watch the Super Bowl halftime show, you know. But but talking to my brother-in-law, I finally understood, and my baby sister, my youngest sibling, because she grew up in a house that was very football and local sports focused. My uh, brother was also very close to being a professional athlete when he was in college. Um, all of the drive and not enough talent, you know, like as perfect as he could be, but without that natural, je ne sais quoi. So he became a lawyer instead. So, whatever. And
I
he's a
mean, come on,
fantastic
you
lawyer.
got to be able to take people down somehow, right?
Right, right. But in talking to them and my little sister and my brother-in-law, it is the story is an athlete that you see on television maybe when they're playing college ball, right? And so you watch them become skilled or gain recognition as their talent improves through college. And then you watch them enter the draft, right? And so suddenly you feel like, not suddenly, but you feel a relationship, and I'm not going to say a parasocial one, but it's probably something like that. You feel a relationship to the story of their growth as an athlete, either their growth or their downfall, right? And so listening to my brother-in-law talk, he's been following some of the professional athletes for 15 or 20 years, right? Like he saw them playing in college, he saw them play for one team, get traded to another, get traded to another when they had bad years, go to Super Bowls, win Super Bowl rings. Like it's the drama of the people that you've been following the progression of their careers over time too. I'm not saying that's the only kind of professional sports appreciation, but I was floored. And now I kind of understand. My dad, I never like he played college ball, and so I understand like it was something he did and he loves, and so he still keeps up. But the rest of my family is like football. Like they do not miss games of their favorite teams. Like they just do not. Anyway,
Yeah.
but you're talking about, another aspect, which is enjoying the beauty of support of sports well performed. Like that's part of the reason I love the Olympics.
Oh, I know. I,
Um,
there's certain things that it's like in Olympics, like every single time I see a truly good runner, they're just so fluid. Like you
mm,
could, so many of the runners, like they're elite, like they're completely, and you're talking about just partial of a second's difference, but you can just in their body and face, you can see who is like superior, which I hate to use the word
yeah,
superior, but like have in the moment,
who's gonna win?
who's
Like,
gonna win? Just like because they're just like relaxed in the zone, and you could see the effort, but not in a way that's tightening them up, or it's a flow. They've got flow, and I find that beautiful. Also, the same with dance. Like I used to not consider myself all that interested in dance. You know, like
Mhm.
how many times do you want to see Swan Lake?
Right.
But yeah, it's like I watch like Incredible Dancers now, and it's just poetic. It
Hey,
just
so you
really
think you can dance? It's one of the best things that's ever happened.
I
Susan,
love that
how's it
show.
going? I'm sorry, I'm
No,
slow
no,
to
go for it.
keep up with chat. How hard is it to make a mod, and where would I start for Minecraft? Oh, that's a good question. Do you know, um, there's somebody who has a Minecraft modding 101 series from like 4 or 5 years ago. If I'll remember it, I'll put a link to the chat if my brain is capable of that. I I'm not sure. It depends on what kind of mod you want to make. So, if you just wanna make a mod that changes the appearance of things, like a texture pack, that seems very straightforward because the textures files in Minecraft are pretty straightforward. Um, B-dubs actually has a custom B00 100 has a texture pack that he created himself, and he talks about it like you could search him and what he just goes into Photoshop and edits textures. But changing the functionality of a piece is definitely grounded in code. Um, I don't know. You can put a game together using CurseForge, but you want to know if you can go to the next level. Oh, you mean a mod pack or a mod itself? Making a mod pack is fairly straightforward. Yeah, just simple to begin with. Miney Moose, how's it going? That's good to see you, friend. You have not been around in a while. Or if you have, you've been lurking. So I'm glad to see you in chat. Yeah, just simple to begin with. That would be my recommendation for mod development. I am definitely interested in creating a mod pack, which does require some tweaking, like kind of the ini files and the behind the scenes and the compatible recipes, but there are also mods that help you do that. Um, I can't think of the name of them right off the top, but if you look at any big pack, like all the mods or the Direwolf pack, you'll see a bunch of mods in there that are basically administrative mods, and their whole job, like, in all the mods, there's a mod called All the Ores, and that mod is designed to create parity between all the different varieties of ores from the different mods. So for example, immersive engineering has a kind of copper, and Minecraft has vanilla copper, and then mechanism has copper, and then something else has copper, and all the ores make sure that all the copper that you find, no matter what its original form, becomes copper from all the mods, and that all recipes can utilize that form of copper, if that makes sense. So that's a third kind of mod you could make, is a kind of administrative behind the scenes. What would you call that? Like an integration mod, a support
Utility.
mod, a utility mod. Thank you. Yeah, a utility mod. So that's kind of like game development too. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted us talking about the beauty of dance. Yes.
So you can dance. So you think you can dance. I like the
So
think
you think you
part.
can dance? Yeah.
That's critical.
Well, one of my other very, very close friends was a dancer most of her life, a dance instructor, and participated in dance, and actually was one of the directors for a dance company that had annual performances, mostly modern dance and adult age, but she taught kids how to dance for years and years and years. And I think maybe still does, possibly.
I don't know. I was traumatized by dance instruction as a young kid.
Yeah, I was lucky. I had very, very cool dance teachers when I was little.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I
you're
wasn't flexible enough, and I got sat on by an extraordinarily large woman. So when you were 4 years old and you have an adult sit on you, that is traumatic.
That's traumatic. It's also just being a bully. That,
Well,
don't bully little kids who can't do everything.
I was in a frog mode, like you're like crouched on the ground, and you like got to get your butt down to stretch out, and she didn't think that I was getting low enough with my buttocks. And so
Wow.
she was decided to sit on me.
That's terrible. She's fired. Wherever you are, lady, I hope somebody sat on you.
But there's some incredibly funny pictures of me in a pink tutu running into people during the recital.
Oh, wow.
What you saying? Somebody had a comment.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm just going to chat back to them and type back in text
All right.
as an alternative in case we're like running off on a topic.
Yeah.
Susan was saying that she's most interested in texture in terms of a mod.
Okay. Yeah,
I
those are
agree.
texture packs are like fun to do actually, and you don't have to do a lot of programming in that respect. Yeah, you just
did some texture stuff for us. What did you do?
I did. Yeah, you just go in and you edit. There's a texture file that you can find. What's more difficult is like water textures or any of the moving textures. So like fire, I wasn't able to successfully edit water or fire but you just go into the texture pack and you literally just load it into a graphics file and edit and then save it as you have to save it as the same name. Or you can create a texture file and then load it, which I did do that to keep it separate, so you don't have to edit the native file.
Oh, you know what, Susan? I would recommend like probably one of the easiest things to do as an experiment would be to go find the painting textures from Minecraft and edit those to be your own paintings, because it would be a very straightforward recolor. Like you wouldn't have to worry about wrapping around a surface. It's because they're flat images, and at
They're
least
all
you would
flat,
get
yeah. No,
yeah you would at least get an idea of where to go and what to do. So I would Google how to change Minecraft picture textures, and I'm sure there's somebody who has a super easy tutorial on how to do it.
Yeah, I chose
Or blocks.
I edited the TNT to have
That's what it was. Yeah.
and I believe I did edit one of the pictures.
What did you do with the TNT? I can't even remember now, but you did it in our third season.
Yeah, pretty early on. I can't it was they just did the reset. I said reset, but they reprogrammed everything. That was like 13, version 13, was it?
Yeah, we started in 13, but there was a huge code change going into 15.
And that might have been when I did it. Whenever they changed the hashing but yeah, it's pretty. There's just dig around. I just personally, I just went and undid the JSON file and the jar files and just went through and kept looking at all the different files until I found graphic files.
Mm-hmm.
and then I just changed them. And then for the texture pack, I'm trying to remember. Gosh, it's been years, right? But no, there's
yeah, literally.
I think there's some videos out there too that you can look at. But I just looked at the code and dug into it, and because I wanted to understand how Minecraft worked, and because Winnie's the better player.
I mean, you're the better redstoner, so there.
As long as I don't use redstone, sure.
Yeah. Yes. the non-redstone user, redstone user.
Because it's like if you use redstone, then your farms are too big. Like you want them as I like really tiny micro farms. Those are my favorite. But the problem with with those designs is they tend to break pretty easily when they do updates. But that's why I'm staring at my iron farm behind us, is because I'm very happy that it's not broken.
Yeah, it works very consistently. I build your iron farm all the time and your sheep farm.
I like my sheep
even
farm.
in modded.
You can't beat that sheep farm, man.
No, you really can't. I mean, I needed like 5 stacks of wool today recording, and I
Mhm.
went over to my little sheep farm before the stream, and it had like a third of a barrel full. I was like, "Yeah, good job, sheep."
Well, it's so
I'm
hard to
running
get.
texture pack right now. Well, I'm running shaders. That's different, I think.
Yeah.
It's so
Um,
hard to get what?
it's hard to get iron now. Like you might as
It
well
is.
at like the beginning of the game, make an iron farm
It's
because
miserable to get iron now.
yeah,
I hate it.
I think it is. I mean, I know that there's certain places and levels, but then you have to travel and know where you're traveling to, and if you're playing like true vanilla, that you may not even ask for locate stuff.
Well, like if you're playing on somebody else's server and it's a vanilla server, you don't have access to the admin commands that let you find biomes.
Mm, yep.
Like, and the fact that iron is now above level, like, is most common above level 120, that's weird. Is that the way it happens in the real world?
They
Like, where is iron found in actual world geography?
I
I
do
know it's,
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
were trying. All right, come on, little guy. I want you.
Are you catching a puffer fish in a bucket? Look at her
Yes.
go. See, it's the game. It gets distracting.
Well, because I have this like
Absolutely gets distracting.
I have an iron farm design that uses a puffer fish to kill. No, sorry, a chicken farm. It uses.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is a actually it's both.
It's a combination,
It's
isn't
a
it?
combination chicken
Oh
farm.
my god.
Um. Okay, it's a chicken farm. It's a chicken iron farm for for uh for peaceful mode.
Susan says she just started using Modern Arch 128 and you think it's amazing and an inspiration. Modern, is that a texture pack? A shader pack? Modern Arch. Ooh, resource pack.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's phenomenal. Here, I'll give Physics a link. Maybe, possibly.
Fuck,
Oh, there's Bob.
there's Bob.
Bob, what's up, buddy? How is it going?
Oh, he's
There's that should be a screenshot. You could just glance at that in Discord, Physics. That's what it changes the Minecraft textures to.
where'd you send it?
That's pretty phenomenal. I sent it in Discord. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
go to the top left of your Discord, you'll see my icon has a little notification on it. If you click on it, that's your chat with me. And scroll down to the bottom.
Yeah, it wasn't I didn't have it on viewable. Everything's being covered. All right, so oh wow, okay.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
It's insane.
It's
That's really cool.
very
Okay.
realistic,
Mm-hmm.
which
That's
that's
hyper
very
realistic.
it
That's
really
cool.
is. Although okay, so that plant that they're showing looks like
Virginia Creeper?
no, walnut. I believe that's
Oh, the tree trunk. Yeah.
well no the leaf structure I thought is walnut.
Oh. It's
Okay.
very cool. And that seems to me as if it's like many, like what you would do in Unreal Engine, where it's actual photo files that are textures wrapped around items, or just textures that are found in like you can go get textures in Photoshop. Hyper realistic stuff, stone, wood, grass, whatever. Unreal Engine comes with a whole set of free textures, right, for games. Like, what are they called? Not components, assets.
Mm-hmm.
Whole bunch of default assets for things. Wow, my music is suddenly super loud.
It might be mine.
No, it's my game.
Oh, okay.
I don't hear your game sounds, my friend.
Ah, okay.
I hear you fishing next to me, but that's because that's in game.
Well, my music started getting loud too, so it I guess it's synced. Then we're probably listening to the same music. I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a thing. I don't know why
Yeah,
I thought that was
server.
local.
No, it's from in game, so it would be from the server side, from the game side.
Yeah, some of the songs do get pretty loud.
That one in particular, like I had the music low enough to be background noise, but it was fairly loud. Balance your audio, people. There's some other game I was playing that has terribly unbalanced audio. I can't remember what it is, but it was supremely distracting. Oh well, I'll think of it. Might be. I know what it is. Vintage Story has terrible music balance. Like some songs are super soft in the background, and the others are like it's like you crank the volume up 3 times what they were originally set at. It needs some balancing.
I guess there's certain
Hard.
situations where I'd be okay with that. Maybe like fighting the dragon, maybe, or
Oh yeah, dragon music and music is loud. You know, there's also when you beat the dragon, that's server-wide noise unless you turn it off.
okay.
Like people can hear that. Beetroot, blue orchid. He's got acacia saplings and pumpkin seeds.
Oh
Thanks,
well,
Bob.
I think we've got pumpkin seeds in this.
I think we've got plenty of pumpkin seeds. Okay.
You know, we could put
Should we go,
ladders or
like,
something on this. Or should we?
there's a
let-
staircase.
I know there's a staircase, but like, wouldn't it be great just to like hop right here and go pop and climb up?
No. Not when there's a staircase 4 feet away. Hey, do you want to swim over the jungle and fish there?
Sure.
Swim. Sail
Row, row.
over to the jungle. Just around the corner. Give a little different background since we're like at the halfway point, kind of.
Yeah, there was an ocelot running
Figure-
around earlier.
I set a timer for 12:30.
Oh, okay.
So.
And we
I
haven't
figured just coming
covered
out.
any of our topics that we are actually going to discuss, but I like
No,
game design.
but I
so-
thought it would be good for us to like warm up on some stuff
Yes.
instead of jumping right into the hardcore stuff.
Plus, we like
Um,
Minecraft.
We do
See,
love
look.
Minecraft. I was gonna park here. Jungle at our back.
I'm coming here because I want a snack.
Okay. Cocoa beans? What is she gonna get? See, she gets distracted. Oh, watermelon. That sounds good.
I wanted a watermelon snack,
Yeah.
but I'm not hungry enough to eat. So like, maybe
I already ate breakfast.
I just
I was
wanted.
starving this morning. Oh my god. I had bagels and lox, and then a banana, and some tea. Where are you going?
To the structure out here.
See? This is what happens. Can you talk and row at the same time? What's one of our
You're-
topics? Oh, I know a topic I want to talk about.
Yeah,
That
see,
is.
I'm gonna get hurt, and so I can eat watermelon.
Ah, okay, I gotcha. Oh, that's a yeah, good luck with that. Have fun. Don't die. I'm
Okay.
not going anywhere near that. That is an ocean monument.
Which I've never
You've never done.
I've never done an
Yeah.
ocean monument. See, look
It's
at that.
right off of our shore.
hmm
That's super cool.
You're like, let me get as
I mean,
far
I'm sure-
away from it as
I'm sure I
possible.
knew it was there. Yes, I'm here to fish.
So you were talking about salmon and enjoying breakfast. So I figured I would
True.
get my little watermelon
Yeah.
snack in.
Salmon is good. Here, come where I can see you in F5.
I was oops F5 F6. All right, I got my.
Maneuvering like I'm too fast going forward. There we go. Yay.
I stole your fish.
There we are. New backdrop. We're gonna every 20 minutes we're gonna change our backdrop. Like if we changed our green screen for our podcast. Okay, so I have a serious topic I'd actually like to bring up and talk
Okay.
about, and we can talk about like kind of around it and through it and over it. But I think it's maybe it's a question for people and for you. What do you think makes people reluctant to participate in voting and politics nowadays?
Apathy.
Because apathy, or I agree. Yes, apathy, and maybe they're tired of
I
it.
think they feel like things haven't changed enough, and so it doesn't really impact them. They don't feel like their voice has an impact. Although it's like where we live, one of the judges, we have an extraordinarily qualified judge, missed being elected by 401 votes out of
That's crazy.
over 1 million votes statewide. So think of the percentage of that. That's like, I don't know it off top, but it's more than 0.00 1 or something. So that it just shows that how close things are, and that changed the court structure here in the state that we're in. So that made a huge impact on cases that came up that regarded like how businesses need to be held accountable versus states' rights, personal rights, whole host of things. Bathroom bills, in some cases,
Oh my goodness.
those are coming back. They can be
Well, I think
re-legislated now that there's a different court composition.
And what's really interesting to me is I think people maybe not participate in, presidential and big races because, or maybe there's two kinds of people. Maybe there are people who only participate in the big ones.
Mm-hmm. That's usually the case, actually.
Yeah. But the irony to me is that the local voting election is the thing that impacts you more personally. Like who your sheriff are, who your school board is, who's your city commissioner and councilor, who's your water board.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we have a situation.
Well, and then we had it actually was on NPR today when I was driving, and they were talking about local elections and how that changes housing and what your local development criterias are for building, and that they in some places they're looking at moving that away from the local level to a state level, which I actually have. I'm not sure. It just depends, because they were talking about how little engagement there was, and so it was usually retired white men who own houses that participate in the process at a local level, and that is not representative of pretty much most places.
Right. It's not, certainly.
Yeah, and so because of that level, then you're not getting the representation, especially in things like housing. So how do you build more housing when in fact people are concerned about their property values and they only have a very small interest of the segment of population in mind? So they're talking about moving that to state, but I don't know, like some of the states are like, if you look at Texas, there's things that are being done in Austin that are that they're enjoying at a very local level because there's a lot of engagement there, but the state doesn't want them to do. And so they're taking away the autonomy of that city because the state
choose to do things.
They're taking away their ability to manage how they want to structure things at the state level. So it just depends. It's like I see it if you don't have the engagement, but then you have a place that has a high engagement and the state's like, we don't like how you're engaging because in this case it's not meeting our conservative values at the state level. That's in terms of Austin. So that I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think
I'm torn.
that's something that folks don't understand is that not only is there a clear distinction between our federal and state governments, usually, but there's also quite a competition between state and county governments because it's not your city government that reports to the state, it's at the county level,
Hmm.
like for governmental things. Cities are usually, they have ordinances that do with the management of their city, but the things that impact you and your life, like zoning, which is what you're talking about,
Hmm.
um, that is at a county level, and that is absolutely each county votes on the zoning laws. And so I learned, only it was a couple weeks ago. Um, I'd been listening to podcasts, and two terms kept coming up that I had no idea what they meant,
Oh.
and they were NIMBY and YIMBY.
Mm. There's not in my
Okay,
backyard, and Yimby
and
is
yes in my backyard.
okay. Okay,
And
yeah.
it's a difference in philosophy between, do we do away with zoning, period? Like, get rid of it entirely. That's the yes in my backyard, because it is much, much better for communities in the end to have mixed use.
Right, but
Or
then you get
but there are
into
people who are single family home property owners who believe mistakenly that it will negatively affect their property values if zoning becomes mixed.
so I have mixed feelings on this. Coming from
Okay.
somebody who managed contaminations and waste for the military,
Okay, yeah.
having just completely open mixed zoning means that you have the potential in your neighborhood, especially if you don't have strong regulations for
Mm.
facilities in manufacturing that is poisonous to the neighborhoods.
Right. So that
So
to me
that
would
has to be
necessitate good regulations,
right,
right?
right, and that's
Like for me to fully support ENB, there would have to be EPA, like strict EPA regulations in place.
but we're as a government, and we're pulling back on those regulations because we see them as too onerous, and I'm very
Right?
concerned about that. So it's like everything is nuanced. In general, I'm very, very supportive of yes in my backyard because I think it does add vitality and growth, and very much, um, yeah, it creates a lot of expansion and opportunities for home ownership if you have the mixed use. However, I do know a ton of communities with industries that is very toxic, and that has to
Yeah.
be addressed in appropriate ways. So that's my diatribe.
Yeah. And so I also I think as homeowners also, you know, I understand the opinion. That's an opinion that was learned though.
Right. I
It's
remember my
not
parents talking about
necessarily,
that back when I was a kid.
yeah.
There was
Yep.
apartments that were going to be built nearby, and they were worried about what
Oh
was going to
yeah.
happen to the school system. And
Yep.
there's some whistling going on there. What is the dog
Right.
whistles?
Dog whistle, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
So of like, oh,
Pretty bad.
so you've got
But
classism and other aspects that was
mhm. Yeah, and I'm very much in support of retail mixed use because land gets more and more valuable as time goes on, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna have a companion here any second.
mm-hmm. I'm gonna hit him with
Ow! Or you can hit my boat. That would be a thing too.
no,
Have
I had melon
you have
slices in
my
my
boat?
hand. I don't do I?
Ah,
Yeah, I do. Here.
yeah. Thank you. Gracias.
I went to whack him. I was gonna meat slap him, but i.e., with a melon slice.
Yep.
See what kind of damage that was gonna do.
You were gonna slice him with your melon.
I was gonna
That's
slice him. Give him a little wet kiss across the bow.
great. Smack him with a watermelon.
But
I'd like to smack some people with a watermelon. But yeah, it's
tasty
like,
and sticky.
but back to the participation in local government, like that is really important. Like every election is important.
Well, it's like,
Um,
oh yeah. I mean,
and I know, but it takes effort, right? Like it takes effort to learn what's happening and then make a decision. You got to figure out what candidate has the philosophy that you support or the policies that you support and those that you don't support. And all I would say, kind of maybe in conclusion, is please, please, please participate,
but
especially in this election coming up in November. I think
true.
it's one of the most important elections of our lives,
Something was
really.
mentioned that was really interesting, which is that for voting, like a lot of places are going to mail-in voting, which I actually support because it does
I love
create
that. Yeah.
additional engagement and it creates opportunities for people.
Is
However,
it
comma,
Utah that's 100% mail-in?
yes, Utah.
Isn't Utah 100%? Yeah.
Um,
100% mail-in voting. Like, how
how,
great is that?
however, most people sit down with their spouse to vote. And so if somebody says,
Oh.
hey, this is a Democratic household or hey, this is a Republican household, then there's peer pressure then to vote in line with the head of household,
Mm,
which I never thought of before. So there's
I
something
never
about
thought about
Utah,
that.
meaning that in this cases it changes usually the woman's vote to that
Yeah.
of their husband. So, but if you're going into the privacy of a polling booth, then
You can do whatever you
you
want.
can do whatever you want. And it just never occurred to
Yeah.
me as that being a statistically important, like when you're talking about a couple hundred vote differences,
Right.
then
And I
that
have
makes a
mixed feelings
difference.
about that. Like my first instinct, which is probably incorrect, and is not taking everything into consideration, is tell them to mind their business. Go lock yourself in a
Um,
bathroom, vote, and mail your ballot. But I know that's not possible for some people, that they face serious consequences in their lives if they don't vote with the head of the household,
right.
which is why women's rights are so important. Just FYI,
I,
folks. Yeah.
but you were,
All people's rights are important. Like
yeah,
the situation may also be reversed.
yes, that's
You
true. And that's
know,
why I was
maybe
trying to,
any partner. You know,
that's very true. So that was the
yeah.
only thing that I heard that was like, it never had occurred to me, but that is, but
Yeah,
it,
that would not have occurred to me either. Because I'm fully like I loved COVID because like suddenly mail-in voting was a thing. Like it was so easy to do. I like it because I'm like getting up and going out and making it during now our early voting is great where we are.
yes.
Um
And it starts
like
next month.
October 17th. Yep.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
And I think the ballots
Um
may be out already that we can check.
yes, I think they are for sure.
They weren't a couple of days
Um
ago, but I believe they are available to be looked at.
there's been a lot of shenanigans in the last couple of years, especially in local elections,
Mm-hmm.
that are making it really tough for people to get to the polls and vote, like limiting early voting, all these bizarre requirements that really aren't necessary. I don't know. It's the whole
I just,
again with the I don't know if we want to even get into this, but there
because
is not as much voter fraud as you may think there is. Just FYI.
except in our backyard
That
where it was
that
proven.
I would go research that before you get all mad and angry and paranoid about hundreds of thousands of people faking
No, no,
votes.
no. This was not 100. This was like 100 people. It's the only documented voter fraud of
Right?
more than like, oh, somebody's dead wife, one person they voted,
Right.
you
Like
know.
that. Those are the most common, or family members voting for either deceased people or people who are unable to vote. They think, well, I know how they would voted, blah blah blah. But
Right.
that's
Or people who
like
own multiple houses in different states sometimes vote in both states.
okay, well,
So that's illegal. So by the way, that's
that is
illegal.
illegal.
Don't vote.
I mean, but you could vote in each of the local elections. That's relevant because you own property there. But
I
yeah, I
think you
think
have
for
to
the
have,
federal election,
yeah,
you have to have
I
a
don't
place
know.
of residence.
You have to, yeah,
Well, for
I
tax purpose, I don't know. I think you can.
I don't think
Who
you can the
knows?
local elections
Who
you can
knows?
vote in multiple. No. You got to pick your household location.
Hmm.
I mean, I see what you're saying is you want to have a voice as an owner, but
Yeah.
no, it's like, hey, you have like where you vested the most in community wise, because people matter. Not this is the one thing that was more geared towards people and community than business interest. Oh, talking
Hmm.
about business interest, I
Hmm.
heard that
Yes.
half of the money spent in um, donated towards election is so half of the business is actually from cryptocurrency interests. And I just
Really?
yeah. So and they're spending money on both parties, but they're leaning towards one party, the
That's a
conservative.
scam, by the way, folks, in case you weren't aware.
There's
The only people backing cryptocurrency are the people who stand to profit from it.
so
Just do your research.
yeah, the main
But
thing is that
wow,
they don't want the FEC, the Security Exchange, to have participate
to
to
regulate it.
regulate it. So that's the main thing they're concerned about. So
You know what we
that's
call
what
that? We call that the mob. That's what we call
the
that.
mod.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Yeah, they're saying it's not.
money laundering, mob. But you pick your poison. That's all. We don't want government interference.
Well, so
Hmm.
but so
There's a reason the SEC exists. It's to protect people.
yeah.
Anyway, I
Well, I
could
mean
get off that soapbox.
the thing it was like no, money is fascinating because without a liquid money, we would not have the societies that we have today. Like
Yeah, true.
and in the growth. So yeah, it's like I find money fascinating. I wish I had more.
Don't we all?
Oh, so
All the money.
all the money. So my question is to you is what did you think about so I watched some of both the Republican and the Democratic conventions. And one of the
Hmm.
critiques that I heard coming out of the Democratic convention was that they planned and had Bernie Sanders followed up by a billionaire. And
Ah,
people thought that that was super hypocritical. What did
that's
you
silly.
think?
So I think there is there's this trend in social media of, eat the rich. There's a lot of social justice warrior stuff where
Are they that
we kind
tasty?
of lump because humans
Are they like
lump things into
are they
categories,
like veal and they're like extra soft and like delicious
right? But
because
still
they've
gamey,
because they've had such a cushy lifestyle? Is that
right?
like
They get
the eat the
massaged
rich?
every week, so they
Yeah,
taste
eat the rich.
delicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
true.
sorry, like
Very
derailed you
true.
there.
You're like the wagyu
Exactly.
billionaires.
Yeah, are
That's what a
billionaires?
spa is. It's just to massage the meat so we can eat them.
Yes.
I
So
love that.
so the 1% can
Okay.
have delectable meat.
How do we get on cannibalism? Okay, so here's my thoughts is humans really like to categorize things. And if you know this about people, we have a tendency to group things in like categories. And then we tend to label those groups with different characteristics and qualities. And so it's tempting to say all billionaires are evil. Now, do I believe that you don't I believe you can only become a billionaire by profiting off of other people's labor. I don't
Definitely.
think you can get around that, right?
Right.
However, you can profit off people's labor and pay them a fair and generous living with great benefits and a good lifestyle, and those two things are not mutually exclusive, right?
Right. For like
So,
Ford's failings, he did want people to be able to afford the cars that they were making off the assembly
yes,
line.
yes. Alexa, stop. Yeah. So, I mean, I think the billionaires of yesteryear, and I don't know much about it. Like, I'm not a historian by any, and definitely not an economist. but there is probably a reason that there's a difference between today's billionaires and the billionaires of 100 years ago. So
Oh,
I'm
tax
talking about
structure.
the Carnegie Mellons. Yeah. I mean, the Carnegie Mellon paid 50% in taxes.
Oh no, they got up to 90% of taxes. Like Mitt
Yeah, like
Romney's dad paid taxes up and over the 90% rate.
90 percentile. Like, I would be happy if they paid 20%.
25%.
I'd be
Would
great
be
with 25%. Like, I think if you make more than 100 million a year, you should get a flat tax. 25%. Boom. Done.
a minimum.
Minimum. Like, that's a fair tithe to society, I think,
Oh, my thing is
for all the
this
money
is
you're
like
making.
social security tax. Why is that capped? Why is that capped?
Yeah, that's weird. That's
I
so weird
mean,
to me. I don't understand that
I
at
mean,
all.
hey, it's great when you hit that threshold and like you can get some extra money in, but dude,
But it's weird.
you should pay like that.
It should just be a flat rate no matter what you make. Like, it should just be put in there.
Yeah, they should
And then, yeah, it
continue it
makes your
past
social
the.
security. It's because they don't want your payout to be so high at the end. Like, I know why they do it,
No, but you
right?
can
It's to cap the payout.
no cap the payout. Keep that capped.
Yeah.
But like roads, taxes, they benefit companies. There's so many
Yeah.
things that in society people are paying for that they don't get the full benefit from. And so it's like if you are a billionaire, you are benefiting from our transportation system. You're benefiting from
Yeah.
our infrastructure, and this is all created and
You're benefiting from the organizations that make the laws that protect your shipments, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. And so
everything that you do in your business, you benefit. If you own a trucking company, $1 billion trucking company, your trucks are benefiting from every road in every state that you drive on.
and they're
That your
tearing up
drivers
the
drive
roads
on.
at a faster rate than
And they're tearing up the roads at the faster rate. Like, pay your damn taxes, people.
Okay, all right,
That's
Woody.
okay. That's how I feel about that. But the
See-
comment, your original question about
Right.
the quote unquote hypocrisy of having a billionaire speak after Bernie Sanders
Right.
is, I think, is an excellent. Having a billionaire speak after Bernie Sanders is an excellent argument for two things can exist at the same time.
Yes.
We get very black and white as a society. And I think it's done us, and we've gotten even worse after COVID, like, and with the divisive nature of some political party machinations of deliberately painting other groups of people as evil or the source of the problems or not us or other or
Other, yeah.
alien. Like that has got to stop.
I agree.
It's horrible.
I mean, my thing is this
It's
is
a
like
horrible thing.
as an American, I feel like there's this innate thing of like, hey, you've got a right to make money. Like that's an important identity of an American, and I'm not going to begrudge anybody for making a buck.
Absolutely.
The thing is like
you have an idea, go out and make a business out of it, man. Like, do it.
The thing is like how do you do that? Are you doing it because you're underpaying people, or are you doing it because you have a genuinely good idea that people are excited to purchase or participate in?
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
And
so
now we're getting to business ethics, right?
Right. So that's why it's like I think a lot about business structures and like what I would do, and then it's like but I don't begrudge a billionaire. Like I do think that they should be held accountable, and they should be contributing more to the communities around them.
Yep.
And I think there used to be an ethic around that. I think that there was like a Carnegie. I mean, they all have their problems, but did contribute.
But he gave away everything. He gave away everything he owned before he died, like the equivalent of 99% of his estate.
Right.
You know, like that was the mark he left.
And they do, like, people
His
get to
family.
choose how their money is spent and distributed.
Sure. Absolutely.
And that's one thing. But there
The
is
money
kind
you
of,
keep after taxes, you can do whatever you want with that.
but there is a mindset
I
of
think,
like,
but
oh,
yeah, I think like a level of accountability. And so,
yeah,
how do you make businesses accountable? Well, you do things like having a living minimum wage. That's how you make them accountable. You do things like requiring insurance for small businesses. That's how you make them accountable. You do things like paid leave, paid family leave, national paid family leave. I think that's how you make businesses accountable because they're making a profit.
so the question
Make
then
no
comes of like,
mistake.
what happens? But see, when you're talking about billionaires, they're obviously making a profit. Now, when you're talking
Right.
about small businesses, then it becomes like, can they support the two other people who are working for them, or their kid who's not being paid because they're 13 years old, and that's just
Right. So
the
they own a
response.
corner groceries, they own a corner market, they own a dry cleaner, they own a small restaurant, they
Right.
own a taco truck.
Hmm.
Right? How do you handle that? And I think that's where things like the Affordable Care Act and waivers and you can't find a one size fits all solution for everybody, but you can certainly create programs that help the people that are in between all of that, who aren't a 300-person company who can afford to take 5% off the bottom line. Like, just because you want to give your CEO a freaking parachute package doesn't mean you need to.
Yeah, some of those parachute packages. Oh,
What ridiculous.
the
What?
non-compete, they've rescinded that. They're saying that.
Oh,
I was so happy.
really?
Yeah,
That was such a great law.
I
That was
know.
such a great bill. Yeah, see, it's that
It was
kind
a
of thing.
law.
And
Yeah.
that for me is the role of government, right? Is to do the balancing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the
It's
balancing.
not to interfere. It's not like get out of my damn doctor's office, first of all. But the role of government is to balance things with a bent towards protecting people and their interests, protecting the individual, like protecting every individual that's part of our society. But that is also can be a difference in philosophy. I talked to that about with my dad quite a bit. Is I believe that healthcare is a human right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, well, that's just a difference of beliefs." And I'm like, how can you not believe that somebody's health is a human right? Like, it's a human right,
I look at it
but
as
that's just a different philosophy.
it is. He's right under us. He's changing right now.
He's going to convert to Mr. Drown.
I mean,
Okay, well, I think we have, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say
Uh-oh.
on the human right thing.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Why the water?
because they're coming after you. I don't even have. Oh my gosh.
I didn't know they could come in the water. How is that a thing? Oh, my shovel's not going to do me any good. Are they in the boat?
Yeah, he's in the boat.
Everything's in the boat.
Oops. Damn. Darn it.
Don't break the boat.
I know.
Whoop.
All right.
Get him?
I'm seeing the excitement. This is what happens.
Right?
Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, I got my boat after all. All right, I'm drowning.
Okay, that's one down.
All right.
You jerk.
Here, I'm gonna come over here. Maybe he'll get in the boat again. I couldn't hit him. You get? Oh
There,
yeah, he's in the boat. Okay. I think if he sticks around, will he disappear if he's in the boat? Oh God, no.
Oh shoot! I did it too. Sorry.
Oh, I think he came after me immediately. Oh, there you
There we
go.
go.
Oh look, you got a membrane.
Okay, I have my boat. Do you have your boat?
I have a boat. Yeah, here we go.
I guess we should meander back to the house. Maybe sleep a little bit.
Right. Did you pick up the membrane?
I did not. Was there one?
Yeah, I saw one fall. I don't know what happened to it though.
Always sitting.
Oh, here it is. I see it. I see it now. It floated up.
Get it?
With the membrane. Crazy in the membrane.
See?
Alright, sorry. Sorry I'm being spastic.
No, it's cool.
Oh no, my poor viewers. I'm like being spastic with my mouse.
No steady cam.
No steady cam. Nope.
No steady cam for you. Yeah, let's go sleep. Probably a good idea. Our little
And
beach
we'll
house.
say goodbye at our nighty night rest hole.
Yeah. I think. Oh, look, there was a boat down here. Who knew?
Yeah,
And Bob's back. Well, let's sleep first, and then we can say bye. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even. I'm in third person still. I can't get up the stairs. There we go.
Yeah, I swapped out. Oh, that's yours. Here's mine.
Ah.
We're gonna say hi to Bob.
Yeah. Mostly because I want to see what he has. What's up, buddy? Same Bob. He's been here the whole time.
You been here the whole time? All right. I
He's
think.
just chilling.
Do we want some leads? Nah, we don't need leads. I've got a slime farm somewhere
we'll
on
get
here.
after the fact. Waka waka waka. Okay, so this has been the first of many Winnie and Fizicks CODCAST.
See, CODCAST. I got. Wait,
And no topic is off subject. No topic is forbidden. I don't think. We'll always try to have a balanced point of view if we can. But I get hot under the collar about some stuff.
Well, I like to argue both positions because I think it's important to. I mean, although we both think we're right, so
yeah, totally.
But I do believe that we can always learn something new, which and we should when we learn something new, apply it.
Well, and I think the other reason I wanted to start doing this is I miss being able to sit down with my family at a dinner table at a holiday and everyone be able to talk rationally about their difference of opinion, especially when it comes to politics. I'm tired of the divisiveness.
Dude,
and the inability to actually have a conversation, meaningful conversation about differences of opinion. And so I want to set an example.
We got to learn how to talk again, right?
Yeah, we got to learn how to talk to each other again.
I miss that.
We just do.
I had a little coffee clatch when I lived in Houston, and it was 3 or 4 of us of different ages. Most of the women were a little bit older than me, and worked in different fields. Oh, look, Bob is like, you're boring. I'm going away. But yeah, we all were from different political backgrounds, and we had great discussions about approaches on things and family and community. And it was enlightening and fun and interesting, and I learned a whole lot. And hopefully they did too.
And we find out that we have a lot more in common than we think we do.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm joking.
That's the most important thing.
It is.
Right?
It is.
It really is.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, this has been Winnie and Fizicks with the first weekly podcast, CODCAST. We're going to do it every week, hopefully. Maybe on this day, maybe on another one. Stay tuned to a channel near you.
CODCAST on Hump Day.
Exactly.
Oh, we should get some camels next time and start out that for Hump Day.
Oh, I like it. Okay. We could talk while we walked across a desert. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do that.
I like the fishing though. It kept us on topic.
Yeah, it did. But we could do a 40 days. We can do an all desert one. Just walk.
All desert. That would be funny. Just walk around the desert.
Oh, we would die so quickly.
Each on our own camel. We get in so much trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, just talking. Just a view of our backs as we cross the desert slowly.
Mm-hmm.
With the sun rising.
We could do a perpetual. Yeah, we could do a perpetual sunrise or sunset and keep just walking towards it the whole time. Anyways, those are our ideas. Let us know what you're interested in. But we're signing off. But I had a lovely time, and hopefully y'all will have a fantastic day.
And always, Aravero, thanks for joining the chat. Yes, we are really talking.